Hey, bookish friends. I have a really fun little episode. It's a book unboxing, some books that I got in March, some books that I'm really excited to review very soon. Let's do it. All right. So I had a Barnes& Noble gift card, and I'm so excited to say that I got some amazing books. I also went to a Steamy Lit book event here in my city. So Steamy Lit is a women-owned bookstore. They're absolutely amazing. They do all romance. This is not sponsored. I just love their bookstore. They have a location in Fort Lauderdale. They have a location that just opened up in Miami. They're amazing. Also, my shirt, if you're watching on YouTube, my shirt is a Stories and Spoilers t-shirt that my friend Kay made for me for my birthday. So I absolutely love it, and I had to wear it on this episode. I also wear it on a episode that I interviewed author Monique Good. She's so cool. So if you see me wearing the shirt twice, I'll be wearing it more. I am an outfit repeater. So, all right, let's hop right into it. I want to go through some books that I recently got from Barnes& Noble. I love a good sale. I also really appreciate when I get books and gift cards for bookstores I like to check out. So yeah, I got a book from the little cafe area. They sometimes have like $5 books. So the one that I grabbed was The Vanishing Cherry Blossom Bookshop by Takuya Asakura. I hope I said that right. I'm so sorry if I didn't. I'm going to read the back of this book. Welcome to the Cherry Blossom Bookshop, a haven for book lovers that only appears during the fleeting cherry blossom season. Nestled amidst the bloom of delicate petals, you'll find a sanctuary for those burdened by regrets and past sorrows. Here, Sakura, the mysterious young owner, and her wise calico cat, Kabuko, patiently await the arrival of souls in need of solace and healing. Told over 4 seasons, each visitor to the bookshop holds a book that bridges their past and present, guiding them towards an understanding and acceptance. With the antique charm of the shop and the soothing aroma of freshly brewed coffee, Sakura and Kabuko help their guests confront their lingering sadness through the power of stories, enabling them to move forward with a renewed hope. And that is the Vanishing Cherry Blossom Bookshop. This was absolutely adorable. I cannot wait to read it. I will say what attracted me was that I do want to read more books that are set in different parts of the world. I, of course, want to diversify my reading. This also looks very, very short. I love a good short story every now and then. And I also love this book came with some cute little questions for a book club. I don't know. I like reading questions sometimes. This is 207 pages, and the cover is a cute little bookshop that has an illuminating glow on the outside. It's covered by cherry blossoms that are pink and just this iridescent little petals that are coming over the page. It just looks so cute. So this was $5. I had to read it. I had to do it. Next, I have a spooky nonfiction book that I'm excited to read. For anyone who knows me knows I'm a huge Scream fan. I love a good slasher, especially one that is unique. It has a final girl or it touches on tropes that you don't see very often. One of my favorites is Your Next, which is a home invasion. And if you've seen it, you know the good twist. I won't spoil it. I watched that movie so many times in high school. I would rent it from the library down the road from my old house. I loved that movie. So, of course, as a huge horror fan and slasher queen, I had to grab Your Favorite Scary Movie by Ashley Cullins. How the Scream film rewrote the rules of horror. This caught my eye. I was walking around Barnes& Noble with my friend this weekend, and after she left, I was like, I love nonfiction. I love horror movies. If I can find anything that really catches my eye, I will grab it. And I saw this one. I already started reading it. I am on page 25, and I'll tell you a little bit about it right now. The ultimate story of the Scream movie franchise, featuring interviews from more than 80 key players in the in-depth exploration of the creation and legacy of the films that revved a dying genre. In Your Favorite Scary Movie, entertainment journalist Ashley Cullins examines the making and impact of the Scream films, with behind-scenes insight from the cast, creators, and crew, as well as sharp analysis on how the movie's special blend of gruesome violence and humorous self-awareness rewrote the horror playbook. This intimate and thorough history of Scream includes brand new interviews with Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, David Arquette, Kevin Williamson, Skeet Ulrich, Matthew Lillard, Jack Quaid, Parker Posey, Hayden Panettiere, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Mason Gooding, Radio Silence, and Roger L. Jackson, and so many more. Perfect for fans of Scream, horror lovers, and cinephiles. This is a story of how a little movie about a ghost faced killer terrorizing high schoolers overcame countless obstacles to become a historical success that still has audiences screaming to this day. And that is Your Favorite Scary Movie by Ashley Cullins. I have really been loving nonfiction recently as well. I read a really, really good true crime book called The Carpool Detectives by Chuck Hogan last month. And I really appreciate a nonfiction that catches my attention. And I'm excited to read this. This looks absolutely amazing. The cover is the Scream mask, but instead of the mask, it is popcorn. And while reading the book so far, I really appreciate how the author is in between each chapter, you're getting quotes from people who were actually part of the filming of the movie or who were in the background and later played roles in other film franchises. Also, did you know that Scream, the screenplay originally was called Scary Movie? That's crazy. That's insane. So I'm learning a lot and I love this book so far. All right. Next is one that I have seen floating around for a really long time. I love a good sci-fi. Of course, I love queer representation as a gay girly myself. So this is one that I wanted to read for a long time. And I wanted to get a copy for myself because I think my girlfriend will also really love this book. And this is How You Lose the Time War by Max Gladstone and Emil El-Mohtar. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Woo, I'm so excited to read this. In the ashes of a dying world, Red finds a letter marked Burn Before Reading. So begins an unlikely correspondence between two rival agents in a war that stretches through the vast reaches of space and time. Ooh. Red belongs to the agency, a post-singularity technotopia. Blue belongs to the garden, a single vast consciousness embedded in all organic matter. Their pasts are bloody. Their futures are mutually exclusive, and they have nothing in common, save the days they are the best and they are alone. Now, what began as a battlefield boast grows into a dangerous game, one both red and blue are determined to win, because winning what you do in war, isn't it? A tour de force collaboration from two powerhouse writers that spans the whole of time and space. Someone in the back, I love when they do little reviews. A twisting, sapphic time travel fantasy love story that never stops surprising. Readers will reach the end and want to turn back to the start. From Booklist. This sounds absolutely amazing. I can't wait to read it. I love time travel. I really appreciate it when it's done well. This also looks incredibly short. This only seems to be about, I think it comes out to around 200 pages. And that is 197 pages. 197 pages about time travel. I'm in, and it's sapphic. Say less. This is How You Lose the Time War, and this has a red bird on the top and then a blue bird on the bottom, but their dimensions are a little off, and it looks amazing. Next, we are going to get into a book that I've wanted for a very long time. I've really been getting into books that have a thriller element, mentally kind of mess with your mind a little bit, and touch on housewives, trad wives, anything relating to the past and how women have been treated and how that would mess with their minds in the present. And maybe even women who were experiencing mental health issues in the past, they just weren't being diagnosed for that. I really, really wanted to read this book for a long time. I wanted to get it with Aardvark, but it was sold out at the time. So I saw it for buy one, get one 50% off at Barnes & Noble. I'm ecstatic it was on sale because I really wanted it. And that is The Mad Wife by Meagan Church. This is a book I've wanted to read for a very long time. The cover is what looks like an art style from like a retro. It's a woman in a kitchen and her eyes are blacked out and she's smiling at you. So let's hear about what it's about. From the best-selling author Meagan Church comes a haunting exploration of identity, motherhood, and the suffocating grip of societal expectations that will leave you questioning the lives we build and the lives we live. They called it hysteria. She called it survival. Lou Mayfield has spent the last 5 years molding herself into the perfect 1950s housewife. Okay, this is low-key like giving the same vibes of Don't Worry, Darling. Hear me out. Despite the tragic memories that haunt her and the weight of exhausted expectations, she keeps her husband happy, her household running, her gelatin salads the talk of the neighborhood. But after she gives birth to her second child, Lulu's carefully crafted life begins to unravel. When a new neighbor, Bitsy, moves in, Lulu expects suspects that something darker lurks behind the woman's constant smile. As her fixation on Bitsy deepens, Lulu is drawn into a web of unsettling truths that threaten to expose the cracks in her own life. The more she uncovers about Bitsy, the more she questions everything she thought she knew, and soon begins questioning her sanity. But is Lulu truly losing her mind, or is she on the verge of discovering a reality too terrifying to accept? In the vein of the bell jar, the hours, the mad wife weaves domestic drama with a psychological suspense as poignant and immersive. You won't want to put it down. I'm so excited to read this. I also have another book in this haul that I think is like the funky, edgy twin sister of this. I've heard them being compared, and I interviewed the author for the other book, so I'm excited to read that. But The Mad Wife is on my mind. I cannot wait to read this, and let me know if you want a review on the podcast, because I can definitely do that. Okay, this next book is actually going to be a buddy read. I got this with my friend when I was at Barnes & Noble, and I'm just excited to read it and to talk to her about it. And maybe I can ask if she wants to be on the podcast. We'll see, but I will definitely be talking about it here. And that is Deadly Ever After by Brittany Johnson. The cover is a beautiful Black woman who's laying in the grass. She is in a purple gown with a little snake, or is a snake on the corner, and then a little spider on her chest, and then a bloody sword and a crown beside her. It's absolutely stunning. My friend and I could not stop looking at how gorgeous this cover was. This has been on my TBR for a very long time. And I'm just excited to read this book. And I hope the author sees this. Girl, I cannot wait to read your book. This looks absolutely amazing. So let's look at the back. The back has a little sword and then the snake and the crown. And it says, the right kiss will save them. The wrong kiss will kill them. I believe this is also sapphic. And I love that. Amelia or Amala has always tried to be the perfect princess, delicate, quiet, obedient. But when she's murdered on the night of her wedding, her happily ever after is cut short before it begins. Kadisha has been told her whole life that she is too rough, too loud, too much. She's not a sheltered princess, but a ruthless warrior on a quest to fulfill her late brother's dying wish, except she dies before she reaches her destination. When both girls wake up in the cursed forest, the gods offer them a second chance at life, if they can find true love's kiss. But there's a catch, the gods warn. While the right kiss will save you, the wrong kiss will kill you. Confused by the gods' mission, desperate to save their lives, the princess sets out on a quest, relying on each other to overcome the deadly challenges thrown their way. As Amala and Kadisha grow closer, they begin to wonder if their true love is waiting at the end of their journey, or is standing right beside them, in front of them. But can they open their hearts when death looms at every turn? This looks absolutely amazing. Deadly Ever After by Brittany Johnson. Cannot wait to read it. I can't wait to talk to my friend about it, and I will definitely come back to y'all and tell you my thoughts. This also looks really short, and I'm excited to read it because honestly, like, I love a good book. This is 273 pages. She's a cutie, and I can't wait to read this. Okay. I was a little busy yesterday, and I also went to an author event, like I mentioned, at Steamy Lit, for Jessica Cage, the author of I Accidentally Summoned a Demon Boyfriend. I got to meet the author. She's so sweet. She also did a signing. She signed the inside of my book, and it says, drink wine and raise hell. Jessica is so cool. I'm hoping to have her on the podcast in the near future. I loved this book so much. I read it in February, and I've been loving the series as I go. I cannot wait for her new book coming out in the series. It's Black and it's sapphic and it has witches in it, and I love to see it. She also does fantasy so beautifully. So for folks who have not read this book yet or haven't heard of it, don't worry. I'm going to read the back right now. Open a book, read a spell. Whoop, there he is, a demon. Reina, a witty yet romantically challenged woman, discovers an unexpected solution to her love life woes when the worn pages of a mysterious romance novel, in a moment of desperate curiosity, she recites an incantation hidden within the paragraphs, unknowingly summoning Matisse, a demon with a haunting past and a set of enemies who will hunt her down to get revenge. As Reina grapples with her newfound, devilishly handsome companion, she soon realizes that her misstep has dire consequences. Matisse, burdened by a duty to safeguard Reina from his adversaries, battles his own tumultuous history while guarding her against the dangers lurking in the supernatural realm. Caught between an otherworldly attraction and the impending threats closing in, Reina and Matisse embark on an exhilarating journey filled with unexpected alliances, forbidden emotions. As they navigate through a whirlwind of magical confrontations and growing affection, they discover that the line between peril and passion is thinner than they imagined. Lovers of monster romance will enjoy this new book from the USA Today bestselling author, Jessica Cage. The cover is a beautiful Black woman in a gorgeous lavender dress pressed up against a man with black, beautiful horns, and he's caressing her amongst flames. This looks absolutely amazing. I love this book so much. I'm happy to have a physical copy, and it's also available on Kindle Unlimited. So clock that. Next, I got a copy of The 10th Muse Rebellion. This is a beautiful sapphic anthology. The cover is two Black women caressing and holding each other. They're surrounded by a beautiful aura of purples and blues and flowers. I'm hoping to interview the editor of this collection very, very soon. She is a chunky girl. She's a large book, but I've been enjoying the short stories so far. My friend Monique Good's books in here. Darva Green has a short story in here as well, along with many other wonderful LGBTQIA plus authors. And I cannot wait to read all of this and share my favorite short stories with you all. This is volume number 2. But I was praying and hoping to get a copy of volume number 1, and my wishes were granted. Volume number 1 is no longer on sale. But I've been really, really blessed and grateful that the editor sent me a copy so I can finally read it, because I've always wanted to read it. And the representation in these stories means everything to me. LGBTQIA plus representation in any romance, horror, sci-fi, we need it. And I'm very grateful that everyone's been putting in the work to make stories like this happen. So The 10th Muse Rebellion is volume number 2, and I'm going to be showing you volume number 1 right now. So it is still in its box. I took it out for a moment, but I put it back in because I just really wanted to show y'all. This is the box, and I'm going to open it now. Ooh. And it says romantasy for every fantasy. All right, I'm taking it out. Okay, and this is volume number 1, The 10th Muse, a sapphic anthology. It has two women who are looking down at each other amongst a moon and blue and purple sky covered by flowers. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And this is volume 1. And then I'll hold it up so you can see volume 1 and see volume 2. They're so beautiful. And I can't wait to just dive into both of them. They are some big books, and it'll take me some time, but I will be savoring it. Thank you so much for the editor for sending me these books. I cannot wait to have you on the podcast very soon this year. And we'll talk all things sapphic and anthologies. So there's that. Okay. And then the last book box I want to open is my Aardvark book box. So Aardvark, this is not an ad. This is my little Aardvark book box. And I'm just going to open for it right now. They always give you like really cute little like bookmarks and stuff too. So they gave me this one. It has all the books from the month on it. That's so cute. And then they also always give you like these little cute ones that have the little logo on it. I don't know. I always need a good little bookmark. I like to keep them in my purse in case I read something I want to put my spot in. So opening the book, think inside the box. The first book I'm opening this is a Peter Pan retelling, but it's a dark one. This is Nowhere Burning by Catriona Ward. This looks absolutely amazing. I'm also going to read the back of this one. And then the next book in my book box, of course, I had to get a copy because I interviewed the author this year. She was so cool. And that is Saratoga Schaefer's Tradwife. They are absolutely amazing. This book is going to be such a wonderful, dark exploration of the social media thing that's popped up. Tradwives, I'm sure you've heard. Saratoga Schaefer, they are such an amazing author. We did an interview on the podcast discussing this book and their inspiration behind it, and I had to get a copy. So if you want to hear that episode, please check it out. It's on YouTube and Spotify right now. It's about social media and the Tradwife kind of thing that's blown up, and the horrors of it all. So this is going to be amazing. So let's read the inside. When Camille Deming isn't cooking, cleaning, or homesteading in her picture-perfect country farmhouse, she's posting about her Tradwife lifestyle for her online followers. She takes inspiration from another Tradwives on social media, aspiring to be like them. But Camille's missing a key component, a baby. And contrary to what she posts online, things with her husband, Graham, have been strained. Pressured by her eager followers, Camille fears without a baby, her relationship will suffer and her social media will never grow out of its infancy. When Camille discovers a mysterious, decrepit well in the wheat field behind her house, she makes a wish for a baby. Afterward, she has an unsettling experiences. She convinces herself are angelic in nature, and when she's visited on a night by a strange creature, her wish comes true. Camille's pregnancy announcement gets more engagement than anything she's ever posted. So what if Graham's reaction is lukewarm? Camille's life is finally falling into place. Never mind that her pregnancy is developing freakishly rapidly, and she's suddenly craving raw meat. Being a traditional wife is worth it. Rosemary's Baby for the digital age, this disturbing horror novel is one you'll want to devour in just one bite. A traditional wife, an influencer allows a demonic creature to impregnate her in this unnerving horror novel, perfect for fans of Night Bitch and Mary, from the author of Serial Killer Support Group. Every hashtag tradwife needs a baby, and she'll get one at any cost. And this is Tradwife by Saratoga Schaefer. Saratoga, I'm so excited to read your book. They are such a cool person. I loved interviewing them, and I'm happy to have a copy of your book now. Next is my last book in this book unboxing, and that is Nowhere Burning by Catriona Ward. And I think I actually saw Books and Polish reference this book in one of their YouTube videos. Check them out. Books and Polish. The person who leads that is named Shannon, and I just love her YouTube videos so much. She does great book talks. So there's that. Nowhere Burning is a harrowing tale of survival that places the dark fairy tale of Peter Pan and the ruthless dangers of Lord of the Flies into the unforgiving maw of the Colorado Rockies. Riley and her brother Oliver set off into the pitch black night, fleeing their troubling home. They were heading for Nowhere, an abandoned ranch, once the playground of its former eccentric movie star owner, now a haven for runaways. What awaits could be freedom they crave. But this mysterious clan guards dark secrets, and the scorched grounds hold the ghosts of the past. Riley quickly realizes that while she and Oliver may have escaped the devil, they knew something darker lurks in the burnt shell of Nowhere, something which asks a terrible price for sanctuary. And that is Burning Nowhere by Catriona Ward. I cannot wait to read this. A dark Peter Pan meets Lord of the Flies. Say less. And as you can see, for my aardvark little haul, I had to get some dark as hell books, some horror, some spooky. I had to do it because I've just been loving horror recently. Right now, I'm actually listening to the audiobook for Spite House by Johnny Compton, and it's a really brilliant haunted house story, and I love that it centers a Black father and his two daughters and the complexities of being in a haunted house, what makes it haunted, and what they are running from. So that was my little book haul with all of my books, so many. Please like this on YouTube and subscribe if you're listening. Leave a nice little comment. If you're listening on Spotify, follow, leave a nice little rating, and tell me what you're reading, which book out of this list that you would read, and have an absolutely wonderful day. Thank you so much for listening, y'all, and have a wonderful, wonderful night.